To news now, since the start of the year, there have been more than 300 shooting incidents across the metro. That's according to the Louisville Metro Gun Violence Dashboard. Advocates are now calling for an end to all kinds of violence in the city. Last night, community leaders held a peace and prayer vigil. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester were at Chickasaw Park, where attendees joined together with a call to action.
Hand in hand.
God, we need you right now.
Saturday evening, a prayer vigil in the West End and a continued call to end violence in the city.
Thank you for this group that has come out today, oh God.
It's the third one since a mass shooting at the Russell nightclub H2O Lounge in June that left 1 dead and 7 injured.
The community is not how it was when I was growing up, where a village helped, raise the children.
This is Jamisha Jones' first prayer vigil. She says since she was a kid, times have changed.
I remember where I could ride a bike and won't have to worry about somebody riding past with some type of violence or animosity.
Kristen Dublin agrees.
But over the years, it has been notorious about gunshots.
Violence all over the metro.
As we've been seeing over the past couple of years, that violence has been happening all through the city.
And heightened attention on Louisville nightlife.
Go out with the idea of just going out and having fun, not starting stuff.
With the recent shooting on Baxter Ave that left 2 dead.
Everybody wants to go out and enjoy themselves. Nobody wants to be dodging bullets.
Police joined the vigil at the Chickasaw Park.
We're increasing patrols in those areas where we've seen an increase in violence.
Officer Jeremy Liver says one issue is of LMPD staffing.
Problem is we are shorthanded, so we get there when we can.
Only the agenda for today is prayer.
At the heart of this vigil is prayer for peace, but attendees had a strong call to action.
First, we need to find enough leaders to lead the way, and maybe enough people could follow.
Sir Friendly C organized the vigil. He called on the entire community to continue working together.
My call to action is for us to continue to communicate with each other so together we can face the ills of violence in our community.
And on Saturday night in the Chickasaw Park, the community leaned on one another for answers. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
And sticking in Chickasaw Park, the $2.5 million project to reconstruct the pond in that park is now complete. The pond opened yesterday with a celebratory canoe launch. The restoration project began a year ago, and now the pond is back open to the community for fishing, kayaking, and of course canoeing. The 61-acre park has been open for 100 years. For many of those years, it was the only city-run park open for Black Louisvillians.
This park needs to feel like a park that you see in any other part of town. I can't imagine 100 years ago when this park was specifically designed for the use of, as we were called then, Negroes, or today African Americans. I can't imagine that this is where we've come to in this park. And I want to say thank you for being inclusive of what this area needs, but not only what we need, but what we want.
Since the pond is larger to sustain a healthy ecosystem for fish, the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources will stock the pond with bluegill, catfish, and other species this fall. Their goal is to also add Chickasaw Park back into its Fishing in Neighborhoods program. It was Black Men's Wellness Day at the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center yesterday. The free community event offered health screenings and wellness resources. Among other things, Black men in America as a group, have the lowest life expectancy in the country. High blood pressure and hypertension are among the top reasons. Our Eric King has a series of pieces highlighting the importance of primary care in an effort to prevent some of the illness and diseases that have proven to be top killers of Black men. The Color of Health is streaming on our digital channel, WHAS 11 Plus, and on our YouTube channel. Well, the state income tax could be lowering in the next few years. Right now, Kentucky has hit the budget targets in order to cut the income tax rate for 2026, but this doesn't mean that it's a done deal necessarily. The final budget numbers mean that the tax rate will lower from 4% to 3.5%. House Bill 8 passed into law back in 2022, creating a mechanism to gradually lower Kentucky's individual income tax rate by 0.5% until it's gone. State Budget Director John Hicks told state legislatures that Kentucky ended the 2024 fiscal year with a surplus of just more than $2 billion. However, state legislatures will still need to pass a bill next legislative session to approve the cut.